Namaste, everybody. Let us start with the 10th session of Aratic Yoga for Self Mastery and Soul Mastery. So, let us just start. We all know that we do not copy or record the session, it's intellectual.
Put your hands together on your heart, raise them high above your head, and repeat after me. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother, thank you for your priceless blessings, for divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love, mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for the divine help and protection, for illumination, for abundance and prosperity. Thank you. Lower your hands slightly. Silently say to Master Twakoksi, Lord Bodhisattva Mailing, all the great ones, holy gurus, holy masters, holy angels, spiritual helpers, and to my higher soul, thank you all for your priceless blessings. Put your hands on the crown with gratitude. Take a deep breath. Put your hands on the asana with respect. Thank you. Put your hands on your heart with love. Thank you in full faith.
So, we had completed with the meaning of self mastery and soul mastery in depth. We did the last one we had finished, and then we will go forward to inner reflection. Yes. We had started with inner reflection just with the introduction. Now, those who are doing the morning sadhana with me, we are actually practicing inner reflection and um, firm resolution. But yes, it is a fast track one. We will actually learn in details in this so that when you practice, you will have an in-depth practice of it. So basically, I had probably shared earlier also that when a body dies, before the body dies, the higher soul, which keeps the record of all that we have been doing throughout this lifetime, so it shows that entire film to the incarnated soul. It's like a review of what you have done in your entire life. And then, the incarnated soul actually many a times is quite surprised, especially with ordinary people who are into the rat race of life and they don't, really sit back and think, have I done anything wrong? Have I hurt anybody? Have I injured? Have I stolen? Have I, that check is not there. So they keep on going, they keep on doing whatever they need to do. And then at the end of life, before the soul has to die, what happens is suddenly this thing happens that, they see, oh my God, I have done all this. I can't believe it. And then they say that, oh, if I had another life, then I would not have done these mistakes. But then regret is something which will not bring back what is already done. Once the bullet is already fired, you cannot bring it back, right? Another thing is that time, everything we can still regain. Even if a bullet is shot, you can probably stop the bullet by immediately, putting something in, maybe a iron, wall or something in between so that the bullet does not move to the target. And before that, it is arrested. But time is something that we do not get back. If it's gone forever. right? So this thing we don't realize. 99% of people do not, I'm talking about ordinary people, we do not realize that this is the most precious thing in our life, the most precious, because it's every moment is precious, because I will not get this moment in the next moment, right? In this moment, I will not get the previous moment. It's gone, gone forever. So it is very, very, very important for us to know and understand how each and every thought, every moment, every word, and every action that we do is so very important. It is irreversible. When we can also, maybe I think 5% we can realize and understand how important time is, how valuable time is. Probably then we will be able to, you know, understand that, okay, we need to, value it, and every word that I'm speaking, it will create something. So for that, the inner reflection and firm resolution has been created. It gives you also the feel of the understanding of the value of time. So we don't lose time. We don't wait till the end of life. At the end of life, when the film is shown, it is called purging. Purging means you reflect back whatever you have done in your life. You see, everybody, even, when Jesus was hanged, even John had regretted, oh, I should not have, betrayed him. When Shakyamuni Buddha had the porridge and died of poison, even then, and he had said, he told this lady who had brought him the porridge, he said, I know that this, you have got poison for me and I will die with it when I have it, but still I will have it. Why? Because if I don't have, you will be punished. Whoever has sent you, you will be punished. And you will have to work out that karma. You have to go through that suffering. So I would like to prevent that suffering to happen. And that is why I am going to take the poison. I'm going to take the suffering and I will set you free. Just imagine what a being, right? Just imagine. Jesus also knew a day before he had said that tomorrow you're going to betray me. But at that moment also, they did not realize what mistake they were doing. The regret later was you can't reverse it. What is gone is gone. So remember, every thought, injurious thought that we think, whether it is for somebody else or for ourselves, when we are doing the practice, we've just started with this. So it's been a week that we have started with this. So I've not gone into the depth. I'm just trying to get everybody get a hang of it, right? When we get a hang of it, then we will go stepwise. For example, today when we practice, we're going to practice, you know, any injurious thought that you have thought about your own self, right from your childhood in this lifetime. You're not going back to the past lifetime because all that has happened in the past lifetime is in your subconscious mind. So consciously, you will probably not remember till we do past life regression. So in this lifetime, right from childhood, what are the negative thoughts that you have thought about yourself? I am not good looking. My complexion is dark. My hair is thin. I am fat. I am not tall. I am whatever you have thought. I can't sing like them. I am not good in studies. I am, they are better. I'm not as good as them. Each and every thought is a harmful, injurious thought. We have created injury karma with it, whether it is for others or whether it is for our own self. So we need to realize how important it is. Inner reflection can neutralize junk and, a big chunk of all our negative karmas that we have done. Because how karma works, the science of karma works like this. Till the time we learn the lesson, karma will keep coming back to us. It will be repeated. And each time it is repeated, it is on a heavier ground, meaning it will be bigger and heavier. So suppose, the karma is, for example, stealing. So the theft that we are doing, any intellectual theft or verbal, maybe physical theft, financial theft, maybe social theft, that is by relations. We've stolen somebody else's life partner or whatever. So what happens is, once the karma is over, we think that, oh, chalo, it's gone. Now I'm free. The divorce is done. I'm free from this, bondage. I'm free from this horrible marriage. And now I'm going to have a peaceful life. No, my dear, no. It will come back again. Maybe in the form of, husband or wife or spouse, maybe in the form of a lover, maybe in some other form. But unless we learn it, it is going to definitely come back again. And when it comes back, it will be even more powerful. You will be given harder tests. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to give you a solution. So, how can we get over it? If we regularly do inner reflection, and especially in a group, then it becomes even further stronger. So then what happens? So the inner reflection makes our brain, it rewires our brain actually. It makes our brain so sharp. The alertness and awareness becomes so powerful. Even before I do a mistake, there is a bell which rings in my head. Hello, you're going to do this injury. You're going to harm yourself. You're going to harm that person with this thought, with this word. So initially, maybe even if the bell rings, maybe you do the mistake. But gradually, what happens is you can hold yourself back immediately. So when we realize the karma, 50% of the karma is forgiven by the karmic Lord. When we truly, genuinely realize, oh, I've really done this mistake. I am not going to do it again. Maybe I do. I mean, I'm saying we take a firm resolution, but maybe we do the mistake again. That's okay. Because the thing is that, we are human beings. We don't learn in a day. So God permits that. God understands that. Okay, the intensity is less this time. Fine. She's improving. And of course, if we can just leave it and get out of it, nothing like it. The karma is over forever. So inner reflection is one thing that really, really is needed to work out our karmas and rather avoid heavy karmas to come. So it is a preventive measure. So the more, giving you another example, the mistakes that we have done, we are erasing those. So those karmas are getting neutralized. But the preventive measure is I stop doing further karma, further negative karma of injury, further negative karma of stealing, further negative karma of dishonesty. So we are preventing. So in future, when the balance would go into minus, I am preventing that it is into zero. And the previous all minuses, I am bringing them to zero again by fulfilling, by realizing, doing inner reflection. So when both comes to zero, then what happens? Then by that time, I'm used to it. I don't do mistakes. So then what happens? I start developing or gaining positive balance. So my negatives are over. My positives are growing. So inner reflection is absolutely very, very important for all of us. Very important. More than blue triangle. Master had said blue triangle is okay. You are voluntarily releasing your emotions. But here, your brain is being rewired. Your consciousness is being, your consciousness highly develops. Highly develops. How did Milarepa, I had some time back said, Milarepa was a Tibetan. Initially, he was an ordinary person, I would say, to the world. And he had done actually mistakes, great mistakes of burning his family and relatives in one of the occasions. 40 people. What crime was it? But then when he realized, when he had purging, fortunately he had purging very early. After that only he had purging, he realized it. He did work out karmas. He went from person, from place to place to look for a guru. And then finally he was guided actually. When he found the guru and he told the guru, please make me guru, you be my guru and teach me. I want to learn, I want to evolve, I want to grow. The guru made him work so hard, it's unimaginable. On those times, thousands of years back, it was unimaginable how he did not say no. He did not, you know, mm, say a word, but whatever he had to do, all that hard work he did, worked out his karmas. And once his work, because he had already realized, remember, so 50% of his karmas were already neutralized. The rest 50% he worked it out. When he worked it out, after that, he became an arhat in this lifetime. He did become an arhat, right? Another, when you have attended my sessions on Tashi Shogal, I call her, if Guru Padma Sambhava is my divine father, she's my divine mother. Now, she was one of the spiritual consort or spiritual partner of Guru Padma Sambhava. So she was a princess in Tibet, and she was never interested or inclined in any worldly activities. But there were all these royal people and big businessmen, and they were coming to see her to get married. And on the day of her marriage, that night, she fled. She ran away, and she met Guru Padma Sambhava, and instantly she knew he would be my guru. And she requested him to make her his disciple. Guru also realized, yes, she's a worthy disciple. He made her a disciple. He taught him, he gave him lot of lessons, lot of, uh, you know, higher teachings. And then what she did, she went high up into the Himalayas, very, very high, places where nobody can even walk. She was in a cave which was filled with snow in winters, and year after year, she was in that cave. She had turned into a skeleton without any food, without any water, continuously meditating and doing spiritual practices. She worked out karmas. Otherwise, she would not have. It's not arhat. She probably, I don't know what level she had gone, but when she left her body, she was then amongst the people. Her body turned into rainbow light and disappeared. So she became a great, great being. And when then what she did, it is believed that Guru Padma Sambhava has not died. He's there still. So when he was gone and she did all these practices, all the teachings that he had given, she actually physicalized those teachings, and she called those dharmas or treasures, and then she hid them in many places in the Himalayas so that they would not, um, nobody would lose, somebody would find it someday. And Guru Padma Sambhava had said that when the right time comes, you know, one or the other who is entitled will find one after the other the treasures. So maybe in some 100 years, somebody finds a treasure. In some other 100 years, another person. So still the monks, in the higher Himalayas, they look for those treasures. Those are hidden in waterfalls, under lakes, in the mountains, in the trees. It's not just scriptures written. Those are in many forms, not only in physical form. So Tashi hid those so that the future, he had prophesied that in the future, when people's consciousness rise and they can understand, then these treasures will be revealed one after the other. So my point is that no one can go beyond karma. Everyone has to go through karma, but if we are smart and wise, spiritually smart and spiritually wise, then we will know how to neutralize the karmas in the fastest way. Because Guru Padmasambhava has said, if you want, you can become an arhat in this lifetime. In one lifetime, you can become arhat, no matter how much karma you have. And what did he teach? That you can transmute or transform those negatives into positives. So, for that, the first thing is to realize what mistakes we have done, to realize what negatives we have done. And when we realize that, only then we can have a firm resolution. We can erase those, we can stop doing those, we can become aware and alert, and we can change them into doing good. So, have a firm resolution that I would like to neutralize all the karmas that I have done in all previous lifetimes or this lifetime or whatever. I would like to neutralize. Don't say that I would like to work it out. It's going to be wrong. I have done this mistake. 2 years continuously, I used to pray. When I first came to know about Milarepa, I was so excited that I started praying. I would like to become an Arhat. I would like to purify myself. 2 years disintegrate. 2 years, I continuously prayed for that. And then what happened? I was diagnosed with cancer. I realized it, that all my karmas had come down together. And maybe it is still continuing because I constantly wished for that. So, purification, if you wish for, it is working out karmas. Purification is a depth because what did Master say? Every truth has 7 dimensions. So, what purification we do by doing the pranic yoga and the pranayama, that is different. When the soul purifies itself, means it is working out its karmas. So, there are different methods of purification of the soul. One is inner reflection. One is when we go to very high vibration places. You see, you feel so happy when you go to the Himalayas or when you go to to the Alps or maybe, in the ocean where the vibrations and the frequency is high. You feel good because you are inhaling high vibrations. You are releasing all lower emotions, lower vibrations, lower frequencies. You're releasing them. And if consciously you do, then nothing like it. What I'm just speaking what Guru is speaking through me, okay? So I don't know what words are coming out. Now, when we do any kind of spiritual practice in a hotel or in an institution outside, for example, in the pranic healing center, it is different. The energy is already conditioned. When we are in the ashram, it is already programmed. So we are safe. There is no contamination. There is no negativity that can pull down. There is no psychic attack. There is no, you know, unwholesome energy situations. But when we are doing any course in a hotel or we are, in some other school or some college or some auditorium, what is happening? What kind of energy is there? Are we really getting the pure teachings? Are we really being cleansed properly? If we are not being cleansed properly, no matter how many thousands of rupees we pay and we attend, and we think that, oh, it was a wonderful session, I learned so much. Ask your soul, how much has it taken? Because your subconscious mind needs to pick up, not your conscious mind. Conscious mind knows today, tomorrow it will forget. So, for that, it is very, very important. So when we go to the Himalayas or when we go to very pure places, it is very easy to purify. It is very easy to neutralize the karmas. It is very easy to let go of and release, which actually gets released from every cell of our body, from every molecule of our existence. Now that we are doing, online sessions, you are in your place, in your comfort zone. There may be, commotions, there may be, some disharmony, but still you have a loving, kind, loving, you love that place, you love your home. So the vibrations must be better than an outside place, any college, auditorium, institution, or hotel, no matter. I mean, I always feel this. Even if, for example, our last Aratic retreat happened in Geo Convention in Mumbai. Now we have paid 55,000 rupees to just participate in those 4 days, right? Now, in that convention, what all is happening? Every kind of fairs and conferences, and so many things are happening. Greedy people are coming, good people are coming, not so good people are coming, negative people are coming, manipulative people are coming, artists are coming, maybe there are creative people coming. It has a mixed energy. The vibration, is it really very high? Though when we did, of course, there was a lot of cleansing and a lot of purification everybody has done. But how much of the anchored energy which has been happening from the time it has started, could everything be removed? Just apply your mind and logic, because I don't blindly follow as master taught us. I don't anything, I analyze logically and I think about it. What is the best? How can I get the best? How can I give the best? So I'm just saying, it is better during COVID time. We had our Aratic retreat, or, actually online. So we were at home doing it online. It was coming from the acharyas from their own places. So there was pure energy transference or pure cleansing happening. So these are the factors that you should keep in mind. These are also part of inner reflection, because this is your realization. So don't just run when you hear or when you know that, okay, see how, how much you will actually gain. I'm not preventing you from going and doing anything, but these factors you should consider, because what you are building every day, you are neutralizing, you are shredding off all your negatives, all your, unwholesome energies, karmas, etc. Then, when we dump ourselves into a place, into an environment where it is very, very contaminated, the energy is different and the people are different, again, we are absorbing those energies. Again, our vibrations. Of course, I'm not saying that it will go down a lot, because our auras might be strong. So it might, prevent, but still, energy is energy, right? Energy is subtle. So we need to be very, very sharp, very reflective. Our inner reflection should be 360-degree, not only what we have done, but what we are doing, what we will do. Suppose you are thinking, I'm just giving you an example. One of the participants in our group, he's very passionate, very vibrant. He wants to do a lot of things in life. And he comes and he tells me he has just done basic till now, basic pranic healing. And he comes and he tells me, ma'am, I want to get a studio and I want to do this. I want to partner with this person. Now, even we have done these things in our young age when we were not pranic healers or just pranic healers. But there are several factors if we really want to purify. I don't tell him anything because he's so enthusiastic that, if I say, he might be hurt or he might feel ma'am doesn't want me to evolve or grow or have success. But fortunately, he's coming for the retreat that we are having in Devabhumi. So probably a lot of cleansing will happen. I mean, not probably, definitely a lot of cleansing will happen. Inner reflection automatically will happen, and he will probably realize a lot. So the partner that he's choosing, it is on the face value. Maybe he has worked with him as friends for 3, 4 years. But does the soul and this soul, do they have harmonious relation? Soul relation, we have to know. If that is so, it will be a wonderful thing. go ahead. If the place that you're taking for, your creative studio, whatever, there could be so many factors. There was one man, I remember Acharya Hector had shared this with us. He was a very big businessman of not Mumbai, but the suburbs. So, he had bought lots of land, somewhere, I don't remember exactly, maybe Virar or somewhere, I don't remember. So after taking that, his health started deteriorating, his business started, he was a millionaire, but his business started having lot of losses and everything reversed. So he was almost going into depression. I said, why is this happening? Why is this happening? So he came to Acharya Hector. Somehow he got in touch with him and he said, please, Acharya, I'm inviting you to my factory. Please come and see and please say what is wrong. After this, after buying this, all these things are happening. So finally, Acharya Hector agreed, who never used to agree to all these things, but finally he agreed for some reason and he went. So when he went there, he saw that there were big land, vacant land, all these land he had bought. And they were like huge, sort of inside when you enter, then you will see those are tunnels. But from top, big shades and all are done. So you would not realize that there are tunnels inside. Huge area. The moment Acharya Hector entered, he just was thrown out as it. He just rushed out of that. And he said, what have you done? So this man said, I don't know. What are you saying? So then Acharya said, well, that area was when the British were here, there was a train line. He asked, is there a train line? He said, I have heard there was one, but it is no more because probably, there's reclaimed land and all. So it has gone underground. So he said that that railway track ended in these tunnels. That was the last. So Master said, Acharya Hector said that when the British used to kill Indians and would lots of freedom fighters and would want to dispose of their bodies somehow, some claimed, some not claimed, they would put them in these cargo, right? They would put them into those, send them into these tunnels and dump those body into these tunnels. Now it's become 100, 150 years. But those souls are grieved souls, traumatized souls. All those souls, Acharya said, they were creeping on those walls, helpless, shocked, traumatized. How, if they are not happy, how can they want anybody to be happy who is there in that tunnel or in and around? They are grieved, they are traumatized, they are shocked. So at times we don't know. We buy a piece of land. Maybe there was a graveyard. In fact, I recently came to know that IIT in Kolkata, there is this place called Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur. Those were British jail. And IIT Kharagpur had taken that place and they made IIT. What kind of energy are those people soaking into? It may not be visible, but what kind of energy? Suppose that engineer who passes out from IIT Kharagpur, he scores in his life, for example, 75 score out of 100, success score I'm talking about. Maybe he was supposed to go up to 150, but because he studied there, soaked into that energy for so many years, it has been diminished to 75 or 50 or 60 scale. So we don't really know, we don't really understand. But if we regularly do inner reflection, firm resolution, our mind, our brain becomes so very sharp that we can pick up these easily. We can understand these easily, even if nobody tells us. You have because you what happens is you develop a very deep connection with your higher soul. You means you, the incarnated soul. The moment you are doing inner reflection, you are realizing it. The father starts coming and loving the child. Father is who? The higher soul. Oh, my child, you've done mistake. You know you've done mistake. Don't worry. Don't do any more mistake. I still love you. So the higher soul starts taking interest in the incarnated soul. It starts guiding the soul. It starts taking care of the soul. So the intuitional factor becomes stronger. The connection between the incarnated soul and the higher soul becomes strong. So it is rightly guided. You realize, oh no, I don't want to go there. I don't feel good. I'll give you one small example. There was this very recently, it happened with me. There was this carpenter. My uncle had suggested I had some carpentry work to be done. And my uncle suggested I can send my carpenter. He has gone to his village. Once he comes, I'll send you. I said, okay, fine. So this carpenter came about 2 months back. And he came and he spoke to me and he said, okay, we'll start our work from tomorrow. I said, fine, please come over. And next day, he did not come. He did not come. I called. He did not pick up. 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. Then he did not. After 3 days, he picked up the call and he said, oh, I could not come. I'm so sorry. I said, why didn't you inform? He said, no, I'm sorry. I could not come. And he just avoided and he kept the. I realized it. Immediately, I knew that he must have got some work. It's not any emergency. When you are guilty, then you don't want to face. So he had got some work, definitely, for which he did not have the face to show me, to call me and tell me that, sorry, I've got another work, I can't come. So he did not come. 2 months he did not come. And we write off all our bad debts, right? I wrote him off my life. I said, I'm not going to keep this man because once a traitor, always a traitor. So once you have cheated, you will cheat again. And I did not. Suddenly, this Sunday, my uncle calls and he says, he had come back. He had got a project in a company, and he did, and he was crying and he apologized that he would never do. So he came to me and, he surrendered. You please is your work done? I said, no, I was not in town. So my work is not yet done. I will start that after monsoon. So he said, why don't you call him and keep him and make him do? Just for my uncle, I accepted, okay, fine, let him come. But I knew that he would do the same thing. What happened? Yesterday he came the first day to work. He just cleaned up the place, made his own place to work, his workstation he made, cleared off all whatever plywood and everything was there in my store. He brought everything, set up everything. So the whole day went with that. Today and in the evening, then he said, give me money. I said, for what? He said, no, I don't have any money that I'm coming and going. I said, what do you mean? First day you come for work, you've not even started work and you're asking for money. And he was very, persistent. Just because he came through a relation, I gave him 200 rupees. He was very upset. He said, no, you give me more money. I said, I don't have cash. I have only 200 rupees right now. If you want to take, then he said, okay, I have money to go home. Then I said, then why did you say you don't have money? You don't have money to pay for your bus. You don't have money to pay for your train. Now that I'm giving you 200 rupees, you're saying that you don't need. Then he took that. Then he came today. He started off work. He was with another assistant. The assistant left in 1 hour or 1.5 hours. He left and he said he was not well or whatever. Now, this man, what he did, he just did a frame of a loft, just the frame. In the evening, again, he came and he said, give me money. I said, for what? I told you that I pay every weekend. So 1 week you work, on Saturday, you take the whole week's money. No contractor, no interior designer, nobody will give money every day. Or else people give when you have finished your work. So he started shouting and he said, no. And I gave him 200 rupees again today. That, okay, you need money to go home and come back. But do you need 200 rupees every day? You need 20 rupees only. He said, no, tomorrow you will give me more money. Otherwise, I will not work. I said, as you wish. Unless you work, why will I give you money? I told you I will give you on Saturday. You work for these 3, 4 days. I'll give you money on Saturday. So he took that 200 rupees. He went away. I spoke to my uncle. My uncle said, oh my God, I didn't know that he's showing these colors. And he said, don't keep him. Now I knew this would happen because this is, when your higher soul guides you and you have spiritual wisdom or your only having intelligence is not enough. You have to have the wisdom. You have to have the higher guidance. I didn't want to keep him. Now, in this way, this is a very small incident, but if you add all the incidents of your life, I'm trying to help you to reflect back what all wrong happened in your own life. Just check what all happened, little, maybe, just a day before coming to Mumbai. In Dehradun, there was this Navy retired Air Force pilot. He had come with his wife, and first time I met them, and they came for a specific purpose. So we were chatting and all, talking and all. And then he was saying, the biggest mistake of my life is my wife, she fed me amazing pulao when I had gone to see her. But the pulao it had 12 colors. And I had that at that point of time. I was so thrilled and I said I would like to marry her and I married. And then let me tell you, till today, she has never fed me that pulao. I've never had that multicolored pulao again. And I know now, I mean, later on, I realized that she must not have made it. She must have got it from somewhere because she never made it later. So now, this is just a simple thing, but I know I understood that they must have been having a lot of rifts, relationship issues in their life. It's just a reflection of one little thing of his life. The trust factor did not grow between them because she had duped him in the very beginning. By the time he realized he was already married, the damage was done. He could not go back and divorce, or earlier times people would not go for divorce so easily. He had to compromise all his life with this relationship. Maybe, they were not in good terms, but this is because we do not do inner reflection, firm resolution. We do not, our brain is not as sharp. Your IQ might be very high, but does not mean that spiritual SQ is high. People whose SQ is high, spiritual quotient is high, they are the wisest people of the world. That is why all the great saints, why have they given us lectures on life, how to manage life, how to, what to do? There are so many saints and monks who were never married. They were bachelors. How can they give, tips on relationships? All women go to them. मेरे पति ने ये किया, मेरी सास ये किया, मेरा वो ये किया. Men go to them that, how would that man know? He has never married. He's a bachelor all his life. He is a monk who is not into samsara. How can he give you advice and suggestion on samsara when he has not experienced it himself in this lifetime? That is because they are very highly evolved. Their spiritual quotient is high. They are very wise on all aspects. And that is why Master had said that the saints in and the monks in China, what they were, earlier, when they would be very highly evolved, they would be put into responsible positions, like they would be made ministers of different departments. And Master said that only being a saint and spiritually very, very evolved is not enough. You have to master the samsaric responsibilities or the wisdom, samsaric wisdom. So if you are, suppose you're made the home minister, you have to manage the homes of the entire country. So you're mastering that area of life. If you are made the transportation minister, then you are taking care of communication, logistics, so many things you are evolving in, you are mastering. So we are very, very lucky that we live in samsara and spiritually we are highly growing. So really we have a bridge between samsara and our spiritual life. We are very lucky, much more lucky than these saints who were only into those areas and, only with the wisdom they would run their life. We are running our life with wisdom, with action, with experience, with everything. So these are all reflections, whatever I'm talking about these are all reflections you are having. While I am speaking, maybe you are having reflections of your own life, what mistakes you have done, what good things you have done. So much. The first thing is remember that you are a Aratic yogi practitioner proves that you have very good karma in the past. You have very good karma in the past. That's why you are Aratic yogi practitioner. You have brilliant karma in the past. That is why today you are sitting here. You're entitled to receiving all this knowledge and wisdom from the Guru. How many are there who are getting this knowledge? Maybe some, may watch the video later, but when they watch the video later, now at this moment, the Guru's energies are there. Guru is speaking through me. The angels are there. The devas are there. They are all cleansing our brain, our mind, our emotional body, our mental body, our lower emotions. They are actually cleansing them while we are listening and understanding and absorbing. When I take sessions, there are so many things that I understand because I don't know what I'm speaking many times. I think of something and I decide that today I'm going to take session on this, I'm going to speak this. But it goes in a different tangent because I know it is Guru guiding all the time. So even I learn so many new things while I am speaking and talking. So there are so many devas, there are so many devdutas, there are so many invisible helpers. When later on we are listening to the video, the effect is 50%, not 100%. So if somebody thinks, oh, if I don't attend, so what? Ma'am gives us video we can watch later and see. These are all, if you reflect, these are the foolishness that we think we are very smart, but it is actually the soul's foolishness that we don't reflect. The inner reflection is not there to understand the wisdom and depth of everything. The deeper you go, the higher you rise. The more shallow you float in, you will keep floating there. Neither will you go down nor will you go up. So, what is the point? So many of us, I'm talking about, especially the young generation as of today, they think they are so smart. I have seen one thing in my life as a psychologist. Anybody who thinks I am very smart is the stupidest person in the world. Because whatever they do, they think they are doing it very smartly, but they are cheating themselves. They're fooling themselves. They're not fooling others. If that person is manipulating, if that person is, you know, mm, doing something to gain money or status or whatever. Oh, I'm fooling my parents and I'm taking money. I'm fooling my office, my boss, and I'm, going out and I'm having fun. You are fooling yourself. You are trying to fool your own soul. The higher soul, what will it do? We have progression. We progress, right? As we evolve, we progress. Master said, what will happen? You will have regression. So next lifetime, if we do lot of foolish, stupid, negative things, in next lifetime we might be born -10. Previous 10 lifetimes we will regress back. We will have to learn the lessons of all the 10 lifetimes that we have already crossed and come. Today I have crossed the previous 10 lifetimes, but if I'm doing a lot of negative karmas and trying to, think that I'm very smart and fooling people and fooling. What will I do? What will happen when I die? When my body dies, my soul will go back to the 11th previous lifetime and will have to relive all the 10 lifetimes and come back to where I am today after 10 more births. That is called regression. Progression, regression. The soul regresses also. It is also said you are having evolution. And if you are fooling and trying to do, we are going devolution. It defaults, it goes down, minus balance it goes. So these, I'm not trying to scare mind it. Again, I'm saying these are to make us realize and go beyond it because we have the power to do it. So to shred those off, to go beyond, and to develop progressively right from this moment. Take a firm resolution. We all do mistakes. Every one of us does, and we will do. Even the acharyas do mistakes, even today, right? But that does not mean that we can't start changing our life from this moment. So if we start inner reflection, real, true inner reflection, and take firm resolution, life will start becoming heavenly. I would like you to now just think about maybe a few seconds of what are the mistakes that you have done in your life, in any field, any area, with yourself first. I'm not talking about with others. Think about all the mistakes you've done with yourself. Sometimes, you know, degrading yourself, sometimes cursing yourself, sometimes whatever. Maybe you felt angry and you had so much of food that you grew fat, whatever. Just quietly think about it. Forgot to tell everybody from next time in the Aratic session, please bring your paper and pen. And if you have, I would actually like you to just jot down those points. There could be many, but even if you have identified three for the moment, it's fine. You can continue with the exercise. Okay. Then now take a firm resolution. Think of doing just the opposite. If you have, you know, um, told bad words to yourself, oh, I'm not good looking. Now start praising yourself. Now start appreciating yourself. Now start looking at the value of yourself. How valuable are you? Otherwise, you would not be sitting here, my dear, doing this session. Just because you are very valuable to God and Guru, that is why you are here. Sometimes for this session, we have 16, 17, 18 people attending. Today, there are only five. Why? Because it's only you, the chosen ones, who are entitled to come here. You're valuable. So start appreciating yourself. Start complimenting yourself. Start thinking of all the good that you have done in your life. I'm sure you realize that you have done good things in your life and you're happy about it. So inner reflection and firm resolution, it is actually a very powerful two-step inner process. So first you see things clearly. When you can objectively see that, okay, I have done this, but in that situation, there was no other way. I had to do it. Even if a person, suppose a lady is being raped and she kills to protect herself, she has not done anything wrong. She has the right to protect herself. So the clear picture, objective, clear picture, the righteous, what is right, discernment. Here comes the question of discernment. What is right? What is wrong? That is you should have the clarity of that. That is what we will be developing. And then you decide consciously, okay, what am I going to do? How am I going to change? How am I going to think now? How am I going to speak now? How am I going to treat myself now? So when you practice this sincerely, it becomes a tool for deep transformation, psychological, spiritual, and even energetic. Your energy starts changing. It becomes so much more attractive. It radiates positivity. So today the homework is after the session, I would like you to just probably continue for a few more minutes to writing down and make two columns, the mistakes, whatever comes. But after that, you remember, try to remember all the good that you have done, the positive achievements that you've done in this lifetime. Make a note of it. Create a journal for this session, the Aratic session. That will take you to self mastery and soul mastery finally. Each step is very, very important. Okay. So I will close the session here. Let us do one moment. Okay. So let us do the closing invocation to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, Guru Master, Chokok Sui, Mahaguruji, mailing all the great, great ones. Holy Gurus, Holy Masters, Saints, Archangels, Holy Angels, Spiritual Helpers, all invisible helpers, Buddha Konen, Buddha Shakyamuni, Buddha Amitabha, Mother Toshi Shegal, all bodhisattvas, all beings of light, our divine self and higher soul. The more you surrender to each and everyone, the more they will be with you, taking care of you. I have seen when I started surrendering to Mother Toshi Shigal, she started giving me mother's love. I've been experiencing mother's love and care. So it is not that we just, why should I invoke to so many? It is very, very important. So to all the great, great ones, to all invisible helpers, to all our ancestors, Kuldevta, Nagdevta, to Lord Savitur, Lord Sanat Kumara, to all the planetary lords, including the shadow planets Rahu and Ketu. We express our deep, deep gratitude to all of you for your divine blessings, for the entitlement of getting the higher wisdom every time we attend a session over here. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity, this experience, this wisdom, this reflection, and this resolution to improve our lives. Thank you for blessing us with self mastery and soul mastery. Thank you for neutralizing all our negative karmas from all levels. Thank you for transforming all our weaknesses, vices, and negative patterns into self mastery, soul mastery, into manifestation of our greatness for which we are born. Manifesting all our dreams, desires, wishes as per our entitlement, for protecting us and our loved ones and all our belongings from all harm, all danger, all psychic attacks, all contamination, all losses, all theft, all damage, all unwholesome, unwanted relations, situations, events. Thank you, Lord God, for all your blessings. Thank you in full faith. So be it, so be it, so it is. Om. Amen. Amen. Tathastu, tathastu, tathastu. So thank you very much, everybody, for your presence and your participation. God bless you all. So we will meet again in the next.